Hi all. Today I am going to explain you about how to fill up the application form of Schengen Visa, especially to the country of Italy, when you are going to attend a conference or present a paper in a technical seminars. Okay, this is the consulate of Bengaluru application form. If you are from other states such as North India, there are few more consulates like Kolkata and Mumbai. The main branch is in the main embassy is in New Delhi, so you can choose this application form according to the consulate and the place of your location and the place of your application. Okay, so be sure where you are, in which consulate you are applying this application form from. Okay, so here is our application form. Before filling up the application form, we require one passport size photograph. It has a set of rules such as it must be a white background in a passport size photograph, as well as the head must be 3 by 4 and then your shoulders in the remaining portion. So make sure that your passport size photograph in this precise format. Okay, then we will start filling up our uh, form. Initially we need to fill up our surnames. Most probably people in India we have a surname, else we have our initials, but that initial will be elaborated in passport like if my initial is S but it is elaborated as Sam, then I have to give that full name as Sam. Okay, then you have to give your surname at birth. If you are a married woman, you have different surname at birth and that formally changed again into a normal surname, then you can mention it. So far we do not have two different surnames, so we can just give hyphen, and please do not give anything like not applicable, NA and all. If you give something like NA and all, then it will be considered as part of your name, so do not make it confusion over here. So just give your surname and then give an hyphen and then give your first name and then last name as given in your passport. Most probably fill up your name in capital letters, which will be followed by the fourth column of date of birth and then place of birth. If you have a proper place of birth certificate, then you can mention that place of birth, and then the country of birth, which will be followed by the nationality, your current nationality. If you are having any other nationality by birth and they migrated to India, then you can mention it here, else you can mention like NA alone. And then other nationalities, if you have, you just mention it as that nationality, else you can give not applicable any, else you can give like this as a normal hyphen also, no issues. Okay, and then mention your gender, which will be followed by your civil status. If you are a single, then tick single, married, then fill up this column. And when you are a minor or student going to attend a minor student going to attend a conference, then it has to be filled up with your parents names, okay, their address and the telephone numbers and then email address, their nationality, and everything must be filled in this column. And if you are not a major if you are not a minor, then you can directly go on with any here. You no need to fill, just give an hyphen in this place. And then your nationality identity number is nothing but your Aadhaar number. You just write it as Aadhaar number and then give your 12 digits of Aadhaar number followed by that writings, because they must know what number is this. So you just give a hint that this is the Aadhaar number. So write your uh, sentence like Aadhaar number and then followed it with this 12 digit number. And moreover, do not fill anything in this right hand side because it's purely for official purposes. And then type of a travel document is an ordinary passport, and the 13th one is number of travel document, that is nothing but our passport number, date of issues, and then valid until. It will be given in your passport itself and then followed by the issued country. Most probably as Indian citizen we will have a India. And then the personal data and family members, those who are in UA. If you are having any relatives and you are relative of the people who are in abroad, especially in the Schengen countries, you can write their names and other details followed over here. If not, then just give NA for this all the columns related to number 70 as well as number 18. And then here is the main thing, the address of the applicant. Applicant is nothing but we are the applicant, so our applicant home address and then our email address. Please give the home address as the what we say, as the spellings mentioned in the passport itself. So do not change the spelling which is in the passport. So just to give that same details what is in your passport, the same passport details of address you just give, followed by your email address. This can be anything, but let's make it to be so official addresses, and then your telephone number. And then in the 20th, the residence in a country other than the country of current nationality. Do we have any other country nationality? Then you can mention yes and give that a valid proof. If not, then just give no, and followed by the 21st, the current occupation. Actually, I am a student and a research scholar. So I mentioned here as research scholar, I come student. If you are an employee going to attend any conference, then you can write it employee, either this or that, not the both. Okay, which will be followed by the employer's address. Okay, if you are a student, then the employer is nothing but our college. Okay, so write our college name followed by the college address with pin code, and then the college phone number which is given in our bona fide certificate. Okay, if you are a student, definitely you must have one bona fide certificate or no objection certificate. So take that certificate. From that certificate, is there any official details given for the address of contact, and then the place of yeah, the location of the employer, then you can add those all here. And then purpose of journey, as I told you, this is purely for the purpose of attending a conference. We do not come in tourism, business, visiting family, cultural, sports, official, even under study we do not come. We come in the other category that we need to mention here as conference. Okay, here they have given the 24th column as additional information purpose of stay, so that can be going to attend, or if you are presenting in a conference, then you can mention the conference title also, so no problem in that. Okay, and then the 25th is member state of main destination. Okay, if you are going to attend a conference in a particular country, you can write that country name. Else you are in the plan of visiting multiple Schengen countries, just write all the countries wherever you are going to visit, write the countries names. Okay, among these country, which country you are going to land first. Okay, the entry of the country where your flight is about to land and you are going to stay, that country is a first entry, so you just mention that country. Actually, I have applied this application form for Italy visa, so I wrote Italy here as a main destination, as well as my first entry is also Italy only, so I just wrote Italy in both of the columns. Okay, which will be followed by number of entry requested. For me, single entry. If you people require for 2 or 3 or multiple entries in the Schengen country, suppose if you are attending one conference in a particular day at Italy, and next conference in France, and another conference in Switzerland in the following dates, then you can apply like single entry. If you are in the following days, then you can apply in single entry. But you are coming back to India and going again to those countries, then you can write as 2 entries or multiple entries. Okay, so initially single entry is more than enough, which will be followed by the date of arrival of first, when you are going to arrive in that Schengen country, the first date, and then your date of departure, leaving the Schengen country is the last date. This is very important. Please make sure of your flight booking and then note down this dates and then make sure of those days. Okay, and then fingerprints. Most probably these application forms would be taken care of visa application centers like VFS Globals, something like that. So they themselves will take the fingerprints. Okay, if you are applying for the first time, so you just give no. If you already given your fingerprints, then just give yes, and give the details of where you gave and what was the number for that. okay, which will be followed by entry permit for final country and destination. That now we do not know, so just give intro, or else do not fill anything, just leave it blank. Okay, and then 31 is very important, the inviting person surname and the first name of inviting person. As we know, we are going for the conference, we must give the conference person's details, but the conference can be sponsored or cannot be sponsored. If it's not sponsored, you are staying on your own hotel place, then you just give the hotel address, name of the hotel, and then address of the hotel, and the email of the hotel, which will be followed by the hotel, the staying place, telephone number. Okay, and then here it comes the inviting company. Okay, which is our inviting company? That is nothing but the college name in the Italy which is organizing the conference. Yes, the organizing banner name, maybe an IEEE conference or Springer conference or any conference, the organizing committee will be having the name, so that name can be given over here. And then that conference may have a contact person, so you can write that contact person name followed by that contact person phone number. If it is, then you can mention, or else just leave it. This is very important. The cost of traveling and living duration, okay, living during the applicant stay is covered. Most probably as an applicant, there are two columns, one is by the applicant, another one is sponsored by the host. Mostly the Italian conferences are by the applicant, so we just ticked here, else by the applicant. Okay, and then followed by what means of support the applicants have, cash, and then prepaid accommodation, prepaid transport. If it is given by the sponsor, then you can write it. If the college is sponsoring your stay and everything, then you can click in this column also. For me, I am supported by myself by prepaid accommodation and transport, and then in my case I have taken a student travel grant, approved for student travel grant. So I mentioned that as a purpose, by only for transportation I have that opportunity, that too after attending the conference only this will be approved. So I just ticked, not the prepaid transport, just ticked that one, and then mentioned here as approved for student travel grant. Okay, and then if you are going through a third party, then you can, they can write these names and then the address of them and then the telephone number. If not, you are the right applicant, then just give the hyphens and fill this all. This is the last page. You can write your date, a place, and then your signature for filling up this entire form. This is a 4 pages form. You can take it from online, else you can go to this visa application center. They also will give this form for free of cost. Thank you.